So I would be telling my children at a very young age, look, your old man worked his ass off for everything he's got. So I would be teaching them to have that work ethic and to have that drive. Because like you said, Josh, your brother expected you to pay for lunch all the time. And at first you were like, sure, man. But then as time went on, you started to notice a pattern developing. And I'm guessing, now I'm not saying this is true, but I'm guessing from what you've explained to us tonight, he would only call you around those times when he wanted to go for lunch. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, just anytime anytime you wanted to do anything, and I just used lunch as an example, but anytime you wanted to do anything, over the years, it just to become, and I will say he's older than me, which even makes it more bizarre, but just everything was everything that we did. If we wanted to go to a movie, and I liked hanging out with him. I still do, with my brother. But I had to because I realized that I was taking away his drive to provide for himself. You know what I mean? To actually go out there and make his own money. And if you haven't played both sides of the coin, it's hard to say, oh, you're not taking somebody's drive, you're helping them. But if you continually do something like that, it does take away the drive. I mean, most people that are wealthy in the world had a poor spot in their life, and that is what they will attribute to their passionate desire to succeed because they didn't want to be broke again. It was enough of an emotional experience, and that was the same reason for me. I grew up very poor, and it was enough of an emotional experience to instill inside of me and the other wealthy people, and I'm not saying I'm wealthy, I'm just saying other people that are wealthy, to succeed, and no matter what the cost, because you don't want to end up in that situation again. And it has a fine line of giving somebody enough, float to just kind of, survive. And when I look at the same 24 hours that I have and the same 24 hours that he has and the meager existence that he's been able to provide for himself, I just think, man, that would be challenging. You know what I mean? That would really be a challenge to have to go through life like that. And with the same 24 hours in the day, but he lacks the drive. And I will say, Seth, I love you, man. And I've told you all this in private anyways. I'm always trying to light a fire underneath him, which hasn't happened yet. But anyways, he's a good guy.
Yeah. I think for what you're describing is you just have different goals in life, So that brings us to number 7, following your dreams. We all have a unique set of dreams that have been placed in our hearts. Following these dreams will provide you infinite intrinsic worth and reward. If you want to learn a new language, do it, even if it doesn't help you with your job. If you want to start a business, you're not the only one. And if you are, you're the only one stopping you. Want to sell stuff and live overseas? Go, do it. Life is about experiencing and living with your eyes wide open. Go ahead, guys. Can you chime in? Kareem, are you there?
I'm always here. For me, the experience is going to teach me more than whatever result I get. And that's why I completely agree with it. This is why I'm doing the show. This is why I come every week. This is why I try different experiences, because it might flop, it might be disastrous, and people will be like, oh no, it's so bad. But I say make the decision, have the experience. We were talking to Calvin last night, who's a prominent entrepreneur. He said something that's real profound, and that was successful people don't make the right decision. They make the decision, then they make it right. I started to think, whoa, because everybody's scared. I know they're like, oh, well, Kareem, I don't know about a YouTube show, and maybe you should do this, or you could do this extra, or, well, maybe think about it. Don't take the decision right away. And for me, I'm like, let's take the decision right away, and I'm going to have bumps and cracks in it, and I'm going to figure out how to patch them and make it right.
Yeah, for us, it was just a matter of doing it. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep doing it and doing it, regardless if it's the right decision or not. As long as you're taking action and making a decision, you can worry about making it right later. It's better to do something and screw up and learn from it than to not do anything at all. Because when you do that, you're learning, you're growing, you're changing, you're evolving, you're learning new skills, you're getting out there and experiencing life. So I think it's very important that you take action no matter what the circumstance is, no matter how much fear you have, you simply dive in and you start swimming. What do you guys think of that?
I agree.
Totally agree. And I think that goes back to a lot of the books that I've read, and they all blend in my mind, so I can't pick out exactly which one it is.
Sorry, bud.
You got to make you have to make a decision. You know what I mean? You have to. If not, you can see these people in life, these what we call fence sitters, that just they go through their whole life not ever really making a decision to do anything, and then end up, in the tail end of life, they're wishing they had made some decisions. So I totally agree with you.
Thank you. Which brings me to my next point. Removing toxic people from your life, and we did talk about this a little bit earlier. Toxic and negative people can definitely have a negative impact on your health and mindset. No matter how resilient you are, such people can eventually bring you down. So it's important to remove those people from your sphere. And we talked about that before, about people who don't support you. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to keep letting them drag you down, or are you going to say, there's the door, get the hell out? Because I know exactly what I'd be saying, and I know what I have said. I've even said that to women. Women that have wanted to hang out with me and spend the night at my house and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, and I tell them what I do. They ask what I do, and they go, well, who are you to aim so high, and how do you know you're going to make it? And I'm just like, get out. And, that's all it takes. Because as soon as they say something like that and they're not interested, it's going to be a bad scene. So if they are interested and they're like, well, show me some of your stuff, or they'll pick up some books. Oh, you're reading this? This is awesome. I've never heard of this book before. Well, you can borrow it when I'm done reading. Just an example like that. And it doesn't just have to be in a relationship. It can be in a friendship too, because I've had friends that have come and gone throughout my life that know what I'm doing now. And some of them have been a little bit discouraging in the beginning, and they're like, well, how do you know that's going to work out? Well, do you know? And it's like, I don't. But I do know that if I don't quit, it will work out. So that's the difference between people who make it and people who don't. People who don't have a list of excuses a million miles long. And people who make it have a list of ideas a mile long, or a million miles long, I should say. So column A or column B, pick which side you're on. That's what I say. Toss the ball.
Well, how many people do you know that are only out for the free knowledge or the freebies? They don't want to invest anything in their growth picture.
I don't know anyone like that anymore because I don't talk to them. When it comes to people on the internet, oh, lots. As soon as you tell someone there's a cost involved, they're like, well, then it must be some kind of scam if I've got to pay.
Later, dude, yeah.
Yeah, it's some kind of scam if there's money involved and I have to pay for this. It's like, do you want to be paid what you're worth? Yes, then you've got to pay other people what they're worth as well. And it doesn't just mean money. It means in respect. It means in honesty, business ethics, integrity. All that stuff ties into paying someone what they're worth. So for me, removing toxic people from my life was just a natural thing to do, and as painful as it is sometimes, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Which brings me to our last and final point of the evening, because we are getting up to 9 o'clock Eastern time, setting goals. Setting goals for what you want in life and acting on them is very important. Goals give you determination and a solid roadmap to reach your dreams. Accomplishing goals is also very rewarding and can help continue a compound sense of worth and accomplishment. Well, I think we could all agree with that. What do you think, Kareem?
I'm actually happy this one came up, because I was actually going to say setting goals, because we have a goal of getting this to as many subscribers as we can. So guys, honestly, if you like the content, like, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe, and comment. See, here's the interesting thing. One thing I never thought of, and then someone brought it up to me, and I was like, oh, this was a revelation. They said have a call to action. Not that people are bad, but they're not going to do anything unless sometimes you tell them. Right, Josh?
Totally agree. They need to be told what you want them to do next.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Call to action.
I mean,
And
that's the
go ahead,
essence of it. No, sorry for interrupting. That's just
No.
the essence of it. Setting goals, call to action. What do you want people to do? What do you want to do? What is your goal? Where do you want to be? If you don't have, if after all this you don't have goals, it's kind of hard because you're mentally and emotionally strong. You're getting physically fit. You're looking at a higher power. You're working with your family and friends that want to work with you. You're removing the toxic people. What is the goal at the end? What do you want to achieve by doing all this? I would find it very weird if someone was doing all that and they're like, well, I did all that so I could sit on my couch, eat chips, and watch HBO. I'd be like, really? I would have to pull out the owl meme and be like, oh, really? And then,
well, sorry, go ahead.
no, and it's just that simple thing. I want to grow the Power Hour. I want to grow speakyourmindnow.com. I want the membership site to rock and then to create other ones. So guys, if you're liking this content, like, subscribe on the different shows.
And share.
And share.
Share everywhere, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing like us out there on YouTube. And, to all of our haters, you just wait and see what's coming. You just wait and see what's coming. Because we're going to have professional green screen soon, professional lighting, and I am very confident that Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk will be joining us very, very soon after he sees the video that I sent him by email. And that's just it, man. We're not going to quit. So big things coming for us. I want to thank Mr. Josh Bendowski of Rev Media. Pleasure having you here, my friend. We love you.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, I want to thank Mrs. Frances Richardson of Pay Me What I'm Worth. I want to thank Ron Lester, and I'd like to also thank, who else was here?
We also had
Michael Wallace.
Michael Wallace, and I think Bill popped in for a couple seconds. He's a trooper. All right, guys, and another goal is, hey, shout out to Calvin for an awesome...
Calvin Wayman. Yes.
Calvin Wayman of Entrepreneur.com. So, guys...
And his book, Fish Out of Water, How to Break Through and Rise to the Next Level. Great book. Is that the full working title? Let me just look here.
I believe so.
No, it's called Fish Out of Water, The Guide of Achieving Breakthroughs and Permanently Transforming into the New You. So I'm going to get that book as soon as I can, and I'm going to do a video commemorating Mr. Wayman for being on our show tonight. It's going to be awesome. So thanks a lot, guys, for being here on the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share our content. Until the next time, cheers, everybody.